Hey, Mike Talk family, welcome to Thursday. Glad that you're with me. It's good to gather together with the Word and some coffee and just a little time together, encourage one another. What's really cool is we're just kind of a community of faith, and I get to be with people that I love every day. So thank you for joining me. I love you. God bless you guys. I'm going to share today with you a story from Luke chapter 17. It's a story like many stories that I grew up with in the church. Come to find out as I get older, some of the Sunday school stories that my teachers told me were maybe taken out of context a little bit. So this story in Luke 17 was always told to me as you should always say thank you. They were trying to raise polite little Christian children, which I understand. Some of the Old Testament stories that people that I don't understand as I've gotten older now. Samson was always a great Bible story that I was told as a little kid, 4, 5, 6 years old. Upon further review, Samson's probably not the story that I would share with the kids as they grow up. Samson was, as I took it, you can be a strong man for God. Be strong for God. But Samson didn't really always walk with God, and he had an issue with women. So I always laugh when I read these stories now after all these years and go, well, was that a children's story? Kind of weird stuff that we sometimes do. But this one's close because this is a story about giving thanks. And of course, the Bible does talk about being thankful. And that's what I want you to consider on this Thursday. Are you being thankful? Are you thankful for all that God has done for you? And we see this story that a lot of times people just take for granted what God has done and they don't take time to say thanks to God. You'll probably recognize the story. It's Jesus on the way to Jerusalem. He was passing along between Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered a village, he met 10 lepers. He stood at a distance and lifted up, and they stood at a distance, lifting up their voices, saying, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said to them, go and show yourselves to the priest. And as they went, they were cleansed. Now, this word cleansed means that this skin disease, that could be anything with this word in the Bible, could be anything from full-blown leprosy, the kind that makes your skin rot and it dies and it turns black and you're just nasty, to any kind of skin disorder. Any skin disorder would make these people outsiders. They can't be in society. They can't be in the marketplace. They can't be in the synagogue. They are cut off from the people. That's why it says they stood at a distance. It said, Jesus, have mercy on us. Jesus says, go show yourselves to the priest. And what this means is they have to be in line with the Levitical truth and teaching that they have to go show the priest and say, we're cleansed now. So Jesus says, go show yourself to the priest, and on the way, as they're going to obey. Now, by the way, this shows faith that all of them had. And so while they're on their way to the priest, they look down and their skin is clean as a newborn baby's. 9 keep going to the priest because you know why? They want to get to the priest, go through the ceremony, be declared clean, go back to their families, go back to their jobs, go back to their communities. They have been dying to get back. But one guy goes, I got to go back and thank Jesus. And the scripture says that when one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back, praising God with a loud voice. And he fell on his face at Jesus' feet, giving him thanks. Now he was a Samaritan. And then Jesus answered, were not 10 cleansed? Where are the 9? Was no one found to return and give praise to God except this foreigner? And he said to him, rise and go your way. Your faith has made you well. I think it puzzles Jesus that we're not more grateful. I have to confess to you that I have more of a tendency to focus on what I want him to do next and taking for granted the great things he's done for me, the many prayers he's answered, the journey he's taken me on, not to mention that he's erased all of my sin, not to mention that he's cleansed me spiritually like a full-blown soul that had leprosy. He's cleansed me and made me whole by the blood of his sacrifice. And so I should be thankful. By the way, this is a great word here. In the Greek language, he fell on his face at Jesus' feet, giving him thanks. It's the word Eucharisteo. It means good gifts. Charis is the word for gift or grace, and eu is the prefix that means good. Eucharisteo. You might hear the word Eucharist in it. That's what communion is. That's the old-fashioned word for communion. It means to give thanks to God for what he's done. So when we celebrate the Eucharist, we are saying that's a good grace, that's a good gift that Jesus gave his life, and I remember his body and his blood. But we don't have to wait till Sunday for Eucharisteo. We can do it here on Thursday. What are you thankful to God for today? What has he done in your life? If you're a follower of Jesus, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of stories. Spend some time today thinking about it. Because the more grateful you are, the more Jesus goes, yes, I want to do things through you by faith. I want to bring healing and cleansing. I have done so much for you. Just be thankful today. Be thankful for all that God has done in your life. God bless you guys. I hope you have a Eucharisteo Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow on Cinnamon Day, also known as Friday.